Who were the samurai? Who were the samurai? Well, we know what you're thinking. You probably have an image of a ferocious warrior in your mind, someone who is courageous and honorable and follows a strict code of ethics. This is partially true, but there was more to these warriors than just their fighting skills. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the samurai of Japan's Edo era, specifically the time between 1603 and 1750, and while we could do an entire series on the samurai, today we are focusing solely on one man, Miyamoto Musashi. Let's get started. Miyamoto Musashi was a legendary swordsman who lived in Japan during the Edo period and became famous for his skills in swordsmanship. He is credited with being one of the greatest swordsmen in Japanese history and has been immortalized in literature, art, and film. Musashi was born in 1584 in a small village called Miyamoto. His father was a farmer and his mother was the daughter of a local samurai. When Musashi was just 9 years old, his father died, forcing him and his family into poverty. At age 12, he killed his brother after an argument over food. This event deeply affected Musashi, and it is said that it led him to become an itinerant beggar. He walked from town to town, sleeping rough and begging for food. Around this time, Musashi also began to develop his swordsmanship skills. He studied under various masters and is said to have fought many battles against other wandering samurai. As he grew older, his skills in the sword became so great that he began to be known as the two-sword-style swordsman. This was because he developed a unique fighting style that involved the use of two swords simultaneously. This style was unlike anything seen before in Japan, and it made Musashi virtually unbeatable in combat. By the early 1630s, Musashi had become famous throughout Japan for his swordsmanship. People traveled from all over the country to see him fight, and many of his battles were recorded in detail in books and scrolls. One of the most famous accounts of Musashi's battles can be found in a book called The Book of Musashi. According to this account, Musashi fought and defeated Sasaki Kojiro, one of the greatest swordsmen of his time. The battle took place on an island in the middle of the sea, and the two swordsmen fought for hours. In the end, Musashi emerged victorious, but not without suffering a serious wound to his chest. It is said that after this battle, Musashi retreated to a cave on the nearby shore to recover. While he was hiding in the cave, he came across a strange rock formation that looked like a giant tortoise. This inspired him to create a new form of swordsmanship based on the movements of the animal. He named his new style Nito Ryu, which means two-sword style. This style was even more deadly than his previous one, and it made him even more famous throughout Japan. But Musashi was not content with just being a swordsman. He wanted to become the greatest swordsman in the world. To this end, he challenged anyone who doubted his skills to a duel. He fought against Buddhist monks, spear fighters, dagger fighters, and even a Chinese boxer, and he defeated them all. In 1645, Musashi reached the peak of his fame when he was invited to participate in a national tournament of swordsmanship. The tournament was held in Kyoto, the capital of Japan, and attracted the attention of the entire country. Once again, Musashi's skill in the sword was on full display as he defeated all of his opponents and won the championship. After winning the tournament, Musashi continued to travel around Japan, challenging swordsmen to duels and teaching students the art of swordsmanship. He also began to write books about his fighting style and his philosophy of life. Two of his most famous books are The Book of Five Rings and Dokudo, or The Way of Walking Alone. In these books, he shares his wisdom on topics such as strategy, tactics, and the importance of discipline. As Musashi grew older, he began to feel the weight of his past actions. He had killed many people in his duels and battles, and he began to seek redemption. In his later years, he became a Buddhist monk and spent his time teaching young people the ways of Zen Buddhism and swordsmanship. When he was 61 years old, Musashi died of stomach cancer. He left behind a legacy of courage, honor, and skill that has inspired people for centuries. His story has been told and retold in books, films, and TV shows, and his name is still revered in Japan today. So now you know who Miyamoto Musashi was, one of the greatest swordsmen in Japanese history. If you want to learn more about him, then we highly recommend that you check out some of the resources we have linked in the description below. We have included links to several books and articles that we think you will find interesting. We have also included a link to a video that we did on Musashi's famous duel against Sasaki Kojiro. Now we want to hear from you. What did you think of Musashi's story? Do you know of any other famous samurai that we should do a video on? Be sure to leave us your thoughts in the comments down below. And while you are down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you join our growing community of history lovers. And speaking of growing our community, if you want to go above and beyond, you can support us through donations. Thanks to our supporters, we are able to continue making videos that we hope you enjoy. If you would like to join our growing list of supporters, then please visit the link in the description below. We would like to take this moment to say thank you to all of our supporters for making this video possible. If you would like to see your name at the end of our videos, then you too can support us. Please visit the link in the description below for more information. Thanks for watching. Bye.